Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe and press the bell icon so that the next time the episode comes up, you get a notification. वो होता है ना जिसे ये जवानी है दीवानी में बोलते हैं कि मैं दौड़ना चाहता हूँ, उड़ना चाहता हूँ. I've realized मैं बहुत थका हुआ हूँ.
भाई लोग आए तुझे देखने के लिए तो get your shit together.
Oh, you are very much boy looking. हमें तो लगा पास से हिलते डुलते आओगे.
अबे लड़की है क्या क्या इतना वो कर रहा है क्योंकि लड़की है तभी वो कर सकती है लड़का नहीं कर सकता.
Like there are a lot of boys who also complain they reject us and friend zone us because we are nice. अरे भैया तुमको मेडल चाहिए क्या?
आप देख रहे हो कि how fragile masculinity is.
A lot of times going to therapy means you're pagal.
It's more about male pleasure as per the patriarchal society we are living in. But that is not right.
Hello everyone, we're back with another episode of The Gentleman Show by The Man Company. This is Ankush Bahuguna, your host, and ये basically जो लोग listeners अभी आए हैं उनके लिए मैं बताना चाहूँगा कि this is a podcast जहाँ पे हम वो हर aspect discuss करते हैं जो हमारी life से जुड़ा होता है, जिसके बारे में हम बहुत सोचते हैं but कभी बात नहीं करते. तो ये topic मुझे आया था थोड़े दिन पहले. I was traveling to Bombay for a shoot and pandemic में आदत नहीं रही है travel करने की, so now it's still a very new feeling. So I was traveling to Bombay for shoot. एंड आई रियलाइज कि यार मेरे हेयर कट कराना है मेरे को. मैं हेयर इज़ लुकिंग टू शैबी. सो उस टाइम मुझे आइडिया आया कि यार वाई नॉट हैव एन एपिसोड ऑन personal care on the go for people who are constantly traveling. How do they take care of themselves, which includes skin care, grooming, everything. And today's guest that we have, मैं उनके बारे में ज़्यादा जोक्स नहीं मारना चाहूँगा क्योंकि मैं स्टैंड अप कॉमिक से पंगा नहीं लूँगा. सो प्लीज़ वेलकम सौरभ पंत.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you everybody. Thank you for that wonderful applause. I like how you started with saying कि I was trying to figure out कि कहाँ पर बाल कटाएंगे, and our guest is Sourabh Pant, and I don't have that problem. Actually I do have the problem because
it's a great problem to not have.
अरे पर see अभी प्रॉब्लम क्या है ना कि लोग बोलते हैं कि अरे तेरे पास तो बाल नहीं है तो you have no issues. पर बाल है ना, थोड़े बहुत तो आते रहते हैं, then you have to trim them because then they look like little mushrooms growing on your head.
You have real struggles, huh?
Yeah, my God, dude. Listen, you know there are a lot of people struggling in this world, but I have the biggest struggle. Which is to try and cut my hair. So every time I'm traveling in a weekend, तो जैसे अभी Thursday को शो है, Friday को शो है, Saturday Sunday शो है, तो I have to shave my head before my flight on Thursday.
Oh, ये schedule बना हुआ है.
हाँ. और तो and this is the weirdest thing. तो my wife tells me you have left hair in the sink. I'm like thanks. I appreciate that I have left some hair in the sink.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
So सौरभ अगर मेरे पापा ये पॉडकास्ट होस्ट कर रहे होते तो वो ये क्वेश्चन पूछते तो मैं उनकी तरफ से पूछ रहा हूँ कि बेटा चुटकुले तो मार लेते हो लेकिन करते क्या हो.
वही करते हैं यार लाइक इट्स सच अ वियर्ड जॉब. तो लाइक आई एम 40 years old, ठीक है. तो मेरे टाइम में आई थिंक 4 लोग कॉमेडी कर रहे थे इंडिया में. एक था खुशवंत सिंह, उनकी एक किताब निकली थी विच इज खुशवंत सिंह जोक बुक फ्रॉम 1 to 27. ठीक है, तो दैट वाज वन दिस थिंग एंड देन द सेकंड वाज जसपाल भट्टी और फिर बीच में देयर वाज जॉनी लीवर पॉपिंग अप. सो यू एक्सप्लेन टू पीपल ऑफ दैट एरा की मतलब क्या है तो दे गेट कंफ्यूज्ड. तो एक तो वो यही सवाल पूछते थे, अभी थोड़ा कम हो गया है. एंड आई हैड अ अंकल कम अप टू मी वंस सेइंग अच्छा कॉमेडी करते हो, सब्सक्राइबर कितने हैं? like shit dude, this is सोचा नहीं. Yeah, like then I told him I'm like 3.5 lakh. He's like और कोशिश करो बेटा. I'm like thanks man. I'm just getting trolled by uncle right now. So now people have understood a little bit more. And also the other thing is that with comedians, right? So they think that there is only one kind of comedian that exists in the world. Which is that so you say comedy, you're like तुम लोग government के बारे में की बात करते हो. हम लोग मैं नहीं करता. मेरे बच्चे हैं.
I know better.
Yeah.
But how do you explain what you do to like some relative or some elderly person? कैसे समझाओगे?
तो मैं तो यही बोलता हूँ कि जो राजू श्रीवास्तव हिंदी में करता है मैं अंग्रेजी में करता हूँ, वो सबसे आसान है.
That's a good reference actually.
Always. And I love Raju Srivastava's comedy, man. Like a big fan, yaar. Like Raju Srivastava's that I still think that one of the funniest comedy bits is Raju Srivastav talking about किसी की शादी में जब तुम बुफे खाते हो तो कैसे होता है वो पूरा एक्सपीरियंस, और 14 मिनट का वो वीडियो है. इट इज़ आउटस्टैंडिंग मैन. तो दैट्स व्हाट आई यूजुअली टेल पीपल. और मैं पहले क्या होता था कि कोई पूछता था कि भाई तुम करते क्या हो एग्जैक्टली और कॉमेडी होता क्या है, यूज्ड टू बी लाइक एक्सक्यूज मी, यू डोंट नो व्हाट आई डू, एंड नाउ यू आर लाइक नहीं मालूम यार,
नहीं मालूम यार,
दुनिया बहुत बड़ी है, लोगों को सबको ये नहीं मालूम कि तुम क्या करते हो. लाइक आई वाज एट द एयरपोर्ट वंस, or there's a dude like 6'5" tall good looking guy and all that shit, and you see these kind of people and like I already hate this person, right?
Exactly, I know. बिना रीजन क्या hate you
कि तू इतना अच्छा क्यों दिख रहा है. This guy came up to me and he asked me for a selfie. He's like big fan. I'm like yeah of course man, तू तो होगा ही मेरा fan. I'm fucking like just being a cocky guy, and I take a photograph with this guy and I literally walk away dude, और वो पीछे उसके like he was some big celebrity guy.
Oh wow.
कोई टीवी का बड़ा सा एक्टर था. I turned around 40 people asking him for selfies. And I'm like मैं इतने घमंड से आए थे इसके पास.
अब मैं पोस्ट करूंगा ये सेल्फी.
And I still don't know who he is.
You didn't even bother to like.
I had to run for my flights. I was like, should have taken a photograph and said, "Who is this guy?" He asked me for a selfie. Yeah.
वो जाके लोग को बता रहे हो यार, he's a very humble guy यार. But how was last evening? You had a show in Delhi.
Yeah, last evening was fun. Yeah, so most of my shows are fun nowadays because I've changed my context about.
What's
comedy.
your count? याद है like which show number what?
2000 के ऊपर तो आराम से गया होगा अभी तो. I don't know, but must be close to somewhere 2400 के आसपास, something like that must be. I don't know, something like that.
So at what number did you stop counting?
I don't know. I like.
You never counted?
No. I have no idea.
Okay.
I have absolutely. Because also अभी कॉमेडी में होता क्या है ना कि कल जैसे मेरा सोलो शो था, पर अगर मैं मुंबई में हूँ या दिल्ली में हूँ या कहीं भी हूँ तो मैं ओपन माइक्स भी बहुत कर रहा हूँ. तो एक दिन में मैं जाके लाइक you'll do 4 open mics in a day. तो each of those counts as a show. So after a point you're like this is impossible to. तो पहले जब 2008 में जब हम लोग ने शुरू की थी कॉमेडी, तो उस टाइम पे यू यूज्ड टू कीप काउंट बिकॉज लाइक महीने में 4 शो देते रहे, तो यू आर लाइक 4 शो किए इस महीने, एंड नाउ यू आर लाइक डूड हर दिन 4 हो रहे हैं, तो यू जस्ट डोंट नो व्हाट द काउंट इज. But yeah, Delhi shows are always very interesting, man. I had a really good time yesterday.
Delhi की ऑडियंस और बॉम्बे की ऑडियंस में कोई डिफरेंस होता है?
नहीं यार, सब जगह लोग सेम ही है. सब YouTube देख के आ जाते हैं, तो उनको थोड़ा कॉन्टेक्स्ट तो मालूम है कि तुम क्या कर रहे हो. तो इट्स वेरी रेयर नाउ, विच आई काइंड ऑफ मिस एक्चुअली. तो पहले जब कैनवस लाफ क्लब होता था मुंबई में या यहाँ नोएडा और गुड़गांव में, पीपल यूज्ड टू कम एंड जस्ट सिंग कॉमेडी देखते हैं. कोई है
कोई तो होगा,
कोई हंसाएगा, देखते हैं. सो दे यूज्ड टू शो अप एंड देन यूज्ड टू हैव रैंडम पीपल सेइंग जो तुमने किया ना अच्छा किया, पता नहीं क्या किया पर किया कुछ, एंड यू आर लाइक मजा आया. But now you just have fans who are coming who've seen your content and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
But then do you not feel कि कभी-कभी you miss that first reaction because they already know you?
Yeah.
So they already, if they're coming to your show, they already like you. तो वो first barrier break हो चुका है.
हाँ.
But do you miss that feeling of performing in front of like absolutely new people who don't know who you are?
Oh dude, it's great. So and the way you do that is that एक तो open mic में जाओ, and so again we are all so full of ourselves, right? Like you have a lot
like
of,
you or what?
No, like you.
Thanks, Sourabh.
You full of yourself with your 900,000 Instagram followers.
Wow.
See, I followed you.
Someone's keeping count.
Yeah. It's a measuring contest. Like मेरे तो 1 लाख ही है.
कोई बात नहीं.
Damn it. No, now you have to say बेटा कोशिश करते रहो.
बेटा कोशिश करते रहो, हो जाएंगे.
So one of the things I do is that एक तो open mic में कई बार लोगों को मालूम नहीं कि तुम कौन हो, and you're so full of your own world.
But open mic में audience तो same ही होती. Like I mean open mic में फिर भी audience is people who understand stand-up comedy, right? So they would know you.
But they understand some kinds of comedy, right? Like कोई आएगा who's like say a fan of like Kenny, somebody will come who's a fan of Munawar. तो because lineup में ये announce नहीं होता कि exactly कौन आने वाला है, कोई भी आ सकता है. So they are just there for comedy क्योंकि tickets थोड़े सस्ते होते हैं and all that kind of stuff. So that's an interesting audience. And the other thing is that you open for other comedians. It's damn good fun. तो Prashasti and me were doing a show together at this place. तो पहले मेरा show था, फिर उसका show था. तो she opened for me and I opened for her, and it was great because we both got
the only context in which this won't sound wrong.
Yeah. So she did a opening act which is like 10 minutes she did, and then I did whatever one, and then reverse for her, and it was damn good, dude, because both of us ate shit. Because she went up and she like, the crowd is like, tu kaun? And I went up and I was like, ye kaun hai? So it's great. So it's a, and that's what I love about being.
Stress हट जाता होगा ना?
हाँ.
That performance anxiety.
Yeah.
वो हट जाती है या और ज़्यादा हो जाती है?
यार तो एक तो पहले तो तुम ये सोचते कि भाई मैं ओपनिंग एक्ट कर रहा हूँ और मतलब 100 से कम लोग हैं तो यू कैन एक्सपेरिमेंट अ लिटिल बिट. तो ये लाइक आई ट्राई न्यू जोक्स एंड ऑल दैट शिट एंड यू ट्राई न्यू जोक्स इन द ऑडियंस लाइक क्या है ये. देन लाइक कूल आई ट्राई अ जोक दैट आई हैव डन 135 टाइम्स बिफोर और वो भी नहीं चल रहा है. यू लाइक शिट एम आई जस्ट all
am I just bad?
Yeah, see I like how you said bad and I used the bad word which is not allowed.
Not no, it's everything is allowed. Unless I say it.
Oh, that's true.
Then we had it down.
Yeah.
But Saurabh, tell me one thing. Like you was just saying कि अगर लोग हंसते नहीं हैं तो like how awkward is it when people don't laugh at your jokes?
It depends on why they're not laughing.
How do you know why they're not laughing?
You know, like if they're not laughing because they don't like you as a person, then you're like great.
But why will, if someone's coming to your show, obviously they won't have vendetta against you.
No, so people who buy tickets for your show are different, right? But then if you're doing like a corporate show,
oh yeah, they have no choice.
They have no choice and they're like stuck in this room. And so like corporate shows, I really love doing corporate shows. And
really?
Recently they've improved a lot. Because when I started ages back, उस time पे किसी को कुछ context नहीं था comedy का. तो लोग ऐसे पीछे किसी ने बार खोल के रखा हुआ है, लोग दारू पी रहे हैं and they're like, अरे तुम्हें ये क्षमता होनी चाहिए कि you bring them in. I'm like, वो दारू पी रहा है. I can't compete with the Royal Stag. It's impossible. Like I can't go like, ये दारू नीचे रख चल comedy देखने. Like that's not an option, right? But now people are like, the corporate shows are a lot more fun. And also what makes it very exciting is कि तुम जो भी 100 या 300 लोग के लिए परफॉर्म कर रहे हो उनमें से ज़्यादा 30% लोग को मालूम है कि तुम कौन हो. The rest of the people have no clue and that's damn exciting. And so I'm like, oh, this is fun because some
you're
people...
acquiring new audience also, na, ek tarah se.
You're acquiring and also you're trying to convince people. Like the key is I've realized that you have to make them like you in the first 2 minutes. In whatever way. You have to make them laugh and like you in the first 2 minutes. Or at least, if not like you, you have to make them laugh.
I have failed because the first 2 minutes I spent, I was so stressed. He was like, यार तू तो असली में बहुत ऐसा चुप सा है.
कौन बोला?
You told me.
No, you were preparing and all. Yeah,
I was preparing.
You were preparing, like you were Googling who I was.
No. Who are you, Saurabh? What's your second name, by the way?
Nishant Anwar. That's my running joke. I used to earlier say Kenny Sebastian, but then people started saying you're not Kenny Sebastian. The running joke was people would meet me in a airport and like, Apo. And then I would be like, yes, it's me, Kenny Sebastian. And so the joke was like, because I look nothing like Kenny Sebastian.
Yeah.
And then his fans were like, dude, you're not okay, enough. Wow.
What is the worst thing that has happened to you during a show?
Arey lots. I do a whole show about it. I do a show called Worst Show Ever, which is about some of the worst shows I've ever done. तो काफी कुछ हो गया यार. Like there was a show I was doing in Gurgaon. So we were
why do all the bad stories have to start with Delhi or Gurgaon?
So okay, listen, I'm not like stereotyping cities, okay?
You just did.
Yeah, no, but so okay, some stuff has happened in Bangalore also. Okay, but and I'm not making this up, okay? Every time it happened in Bangalore, it was Delhiites in Bangalore. I'm not making it up. एक बार there was a guy who was doing some comedy in some show somewhere, तो एक बंदे ने beer का glass उसके ऊपर फेंक दिया. And it turned out the guy was from Delhi. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? And I love Delhi. It's a great city, very nice people.
Thanks. After saying all of that, thanks. Works.
तो हम लोग गुड़गांव में शो कर रहे थे तो लास्ट मिनट उन लोगों ने वेन्यू बदल दिया. इट वाज फॉर अ ब्रांड वे वी वर डूइंग. आई वोंट नेम द ब्रांड बिकॉज दे वर नॉट पेड.
बाद में बता देना.
हाँ मैं मैसेज कर दूंगा. सो जो ऑर्गेनाइजर था, जो इवेंट एजेंसी थी, उन्होंने सबको बता दिया कि ये रेस्टोरेंट बदल गया. ऑडियंस को बता दिया, जिन्होंने मेरे शो के लिए टिकट खरीदे थे मुझे बता दिया, पर जो रेस्टोरेंट था उनको नहीं बताया.
What?
So we show up at the restaurant.
Everybody shows up at the restaurant.
Yeah, there's 70 people who bought tickets for the show.
Oh shit.
And there's like 200 people who are not there for the show. They're just eating, okay? I enter the show, तो एक स्टेज है और वहाँ पर this is the site I'm greeted for my stand-up show. एक स्टेज है और उस पे 8 बंदे बस ऐसे नाच रहे हैं, ऐसे चम्मिया डांस कर रहे हैं वहाँ पर. And I'm like, this is going to be a great show.
This is the show.
Yeah, this is the show. Like, just do this, okay? So I get on stage and 70 people are there. I'm like, यार उनके लिए तो perform करना ही है ना, मतलब 200 लोग सुन नहीं रहे हैं, तो you just have to make the best of it. And I have a very simple rule, which is that, and I tell the crowd, so people are heckling me, people are like, भाई स्टेज से निकल. I'm like, नहीं, 1 घंटे के लिए पैसा दिया, मैं करेगा 1 घंटा. तो जो
उनको निकाला कैसे जो डांस कर रहे थे?
अब पता नहीं, I think किसी ने बोल दिया, कोई एक बड़ा सा बाउंसर था, fortunately. And you'll find out slowly in the story that the bouncer was necessary in the story.
Oh, wow.
तो I get on stage 10 minutes and feel like अरे हो गया निकल हो गया तेरा. I'm like मैं नहीं जाने वाला.
ऐसे मुंह पे बोल देते हैं.
हाँ चिल्ला रहे हैं लोग. I'm like मैं करेगा 1 घंटा तो मुझे पैसे दिया. तो this guy comes on stage. That's my usul in life. He starts throwing money at me. Okay, like because
कितने के नोट थे?
I think 10 या 20 ऐसे नोट थे. And I'm very shameless. I picked it up and put it in my pocket and I said और दे. And I literally said like 10-20 क्या दे रहा है और देना. मतलब अगर like if you want to like throw money, throw more cash. Like,
exactly. 500 के तो फेंको.
कम से कम यार मतलब थोड़ा तो मतलब have some swag and all. And then they kept service going on and my manager told the manager of the restaurant कि भाई साहब please service off कर दो. And the guy like हाँ ठीक है. And the second time he told him again he's like ठीक है. Third time he told him he like सुन ना तू अगर एक बार और पूछा मैं तेरे को स्टेज के नीचे दफन कर दूंगा.
किसको बोला ये?
मेरे मैनेजर को बोला ये. And I was like, why didn't you tell me this? I would have used it on stage. That's all anything is.
Did the manager quit?
No. My manager was killed, but that's not the point. He's under the stage.
Still?
Yeah, he's still there. He's waiting for somebody to call.
Let's hope उसने बचे हुए नोट इकट्ठे कर लिए थे जो नीचे गिर गए थे.
This is prior to demonetization, so he actually made a profit.
So, Sourabh, tell me one thing. How much do you travel? What's your like day-to-day life like? You're always on the go, right?
But you're based out of Delhi only,
Yeah.
no? So you don't travel much or what? You must be traveling a lot, no?
To Bombay whenever I have work, but my work doesn't necessarily involve me to travel all the time. क्योंकि मैं घर से बैठे-बैठे वीडियो बना लेता हूँ ना मैं.
हाँ.
So, but for you, like you have to travel a lot, right?
Yeah.
So tell us, what is your like day-to-day life like? How often do you travel in a week, वगैरह. अब हमें वापस भी तो आना है ना टॉपिक पे.
हाँ एक टॉपिक था कुछ. क्या टॉपिक था वैसे?
Personal care था वैसे तो. पर अब it can be whatever you want it to be. We're at that point in the show.
Yeah, like कुछ भी बोल चल. No, I'm on the road like 4 times a week at least, and yeah, and again I have kids, so I've started actually trying to travel with my kids, and my wife also comes along, and I mean
So मतलब कोई फायदा नहीं, you can't go back.
No, listen, I love my wife. We are in a very nice place. So I like to travel with them, and so 4 times a week, though I'm out only. So I have like full, like you're talking about personal care. I make sure now that any hotel I'm staying in has a gym. Because like my plan is to like become the Dwayne Johnson of Indian comedy, right? That's nothing less than that. So I like wake up in the morning, I snort like 4 kilos of whey protein every morning. That's my schedule. So I make sure that I have a gym, yeah, because I realize that you're on stage for whatever 1-2 hours a day, and baki time pe you have to look at yourself. And also I had an epiphany about this recently. Where as a comedian or as an artist, right, whether you're a musician or an actor or whatever it is, your job is that you get on stage and you entertain people, and that's the one moment where you're in the moment and you're getting this attention and this love from people, and if that ever fades away, you reach a point where you're like, my life has peaked. And now everything is shit after that.
I relate very hard, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
But your life, you're fine, right?
Yeah, I'm Sorry.
Hey, don't abuse. It's a clean show. And all bol diya. So I
What are the good parts about being on the move? Like when you travel, you see so many hotels, you go to so many cities. What are the good parts of this?
You always meet somebody telling you something interesting, right? Like
like नीचे उतर.
It's like किधर जा रहे हैं? So always you overhear weird shit, dude. Like I'll be on a flight, right? And one of my favorite things to do is pretend I have my headphones on, and then you're just overhearing people talk nonsense. I was on an international flight, and there was a couple behind me, okay, and they were like, it was night, and they had a kamal which they were sharing, so obviously things are happening, and the guy is just like, hey, chatna, hey. Mera elbow chatna, and I'm like, what is happening, dude? What is this weird kink? That elbow chatna? I was like, dude, I gotta listen to this. But also people tell you interesting stories, man. Like
one second, complete that story.
I don't know, that's the end of it, and then they were just like, this is a weird like kink. It's like I've never heard anybody say, hey, gutna mein dal nagar. Like, what are you, elbow chat, gutna dal? What are you doing, dude?
Maybe they were code words.
Oh.
Maybe they were code words.
For what, but?
मुझे नहीं पता. If he came up with this code word, it could be actually elbows only then.
Yeah, I mean, or maybe elbow could be the code word for whatever his thing is. But
जिसको भी चाट के हो रहा था.
I had a lady once tell me a story about how she got divorced also on a flight, where she said I was in Hong Kong and I was getting into about to give birth.
You were about to give birth.
No, I wasn't. I mean, not yet. I have not figured it out. Maybe they have a strip that I can. So there's a lady who told me, she's like, dude, I'm about to get into childbirth. I'm in labor, and I tell my husband who's in Chennai or whatever that you need to come to Hong Kong right now. And he tells her, "Abhi flight बहुत महंगी है." So she's like, "What?"
तू बाद में करियो.
He's like, हाँ तो 4,000 रुपए बजाने के लिए. He's like, मैं कल आऊँगा. He's like, dude, the baby is coming right now. This is not like Ankush's flight which can wait for 12 hours. So she told me all this. So you hear weird stories and like about like culture and history and all that kind of stuff. So I really enjoy talking to people about all this kind of weird things.
Culture and history.
Yeah.
Elbow chat.
Elbow chat and divorce because of expensive flights and all.
This question is personal care. What do these two words mean to you?
It means taking care of your person.
Of your person.
Yeah, of your person, yeah. No, I do the only personal care I do. Again, I'm telling you, like working out, eating right, and just like, so one of my big rules as a professional athlete that I am is that
to win general elections.
To win general elections, and also like I've decided to make a health-based decision, which is that I'll only have 6 drinks in a day, right? Like, and I think that everybody should do.
I think you can add 2 more to that.
You know what? I'm so glad you mentioned it because I've not had less than 8 in the last 3 days. So, but yeah, the personal care is like, I think it's about like I carry lotion everywhere, and that's basically it.
That's also personal care, yes, sure.
And
yes.
I carry a toothbrush. Just happy to inform everybody that I brush my teeth regularly, almost twice a week. So, yeah, but it's about, I think it's also about making things comfortable for yourself and all, because I'm generally traveling a lot. So,
yeah, personal care doesn't only mean grooming, skincare. Like you said, fitness.
Yeah.
It's personal care.
Dude, I went to the gym yesterday, and like, you know, sometimes when you're alone in the gym, and
you click selfies.
Yeah, you click selfies, and then I record random videos in the gym. So I recorded a video about shit that I can't do in a gym. Right, so I was like making all weird sounds and blah 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 and doing all weird actions and just recording an Instagram reel which is on my this thing, and I'm doing all this shit thinking I'm alone in the gym. Then I realized there's a CCTV camera there, and I step outside and the security guy like it just gives me a look like सब देखा मैंने.
Hotel staff बोल रहा हाँ एक आया तो था वो gym में ये सब कर रहा था.
But yeah, I think personal care is also about just taking care of your person. Like I have very little looks to maintain, so yeah.
But tell us more about like what it takes to groom your head.
Oh, dude, it's very complicated. You know, people don't understand this, right? Because, okay, now this is the problem, okay? Is that you're shaving your head, right? Now, very few people have eyes behind, right? Like maybe 4.
I know 5.
Yeah. So, okay, 5. I didn't know it was, the number had gone up by 20%. 25%, sorry. So, every time you shave your head, there's always one mark here somewhere or the other. So, you have to find somebody to say, hey, dekh raha hai. So I'm just walking around.
That's mostly your wife, na?
Yeah. So, but she doesn't like looking at me. So, but she likes looking at the back of my head because it means that I'm going away. And she's like, thank God. But in the hotels and all, like, I have done this. I once decided that I was on a 2-week trip, and I was like, I'll shave my head, and I could see the back of my head. So I'm going to the reception and saying, hey, can you see me hair at the back? And they're like, dude, sir, leave.
Sir,
please check out.
Do you want an extra key or something? We can provide you that, but this we can't do.
A very sharp extra key for shaving your head at the back. But it's very tough being a bald dude, because like you have to shave every 4 days or it'll start looking weird. And
face wash kahan tak karte ho?
All the way till the back. Yeah. I do headstands while doing face wash. And also, dude, the biggest problem is like, okay, so you shave your head, right? And then for a day, your head feels so goddamn cold. So
oh, ये तो सोचा नहीं मैंने.
It's damn cold. So, okay, I carry lotion and I put it on my head. So I'm literally.
I'm glad you mentioned. For people who must have been wondering, lotion लगाता कहाँ है ये?
हाँ, तो यहाँ मैं ऐसे सर में लगा रहा हूँ lotion, and people are watching like me do this, and they're like, what a weird thing to do, but that's my strategy. Yeah.
Otherwise, are you into grooming? Otherwise, like beard, shaving, वगैरह? Do you always clean shaven?
I used to do the French beard and all, and then I was like, I just want nothing on my face. I want nothing. I used to wear earrings and I had a French beard. Then I tried that वो साबू नहीं ऐसे वो साबू का होता था ना चाचा चौधरी वाला, वैसा मैं ट्राई किया जो अभी कुणाल कामरा ने कॉपी किया है. छोड़ साला मेरा लुक कॉपी किया. So I've tried all these experiments just to distract from the fact that you don't have hair. And now I've just embraced it. I'm like नहीं है बाल, अभी क्या करोगे.
So when I travel, like I told you ना कि जब मुझे haircut किसी और जगह से कराना होता है तो मुझे थोड़ा stress होता है क्योंकि I mean I have hair ना.
Yeah. तो I've noticed that. Noticed that about you. Noticed that about a lot of people. So I'll tell you this about this hair thing, okay? I'm obsessed with people's hair.
The question is gone, okay.
No, I know what question you'll ask.
But I didn't even ask the question.
I can see it. I saw the reflection of your phone in your eyes.
Okay.
I'm obsessed with people's hair, okay? So like my closest...
Obsessed with people's hair?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like people who have nice hair, I'm very amazed by. Because again, you like what you don't have, right? So two of my closest friends, one is Anu Menon, who has very curly, beautiful hair, and one of my favorite things is to just touch the hair, like because I don't have it. And then another friend of mine has the most smooth hair I've ever seen.
You're
like,
not doing that on flights to people, right?
No, I'm not. We'll come to that also.
Okay, we'll come to that also.
We have many things to talk about.
Okay.
So I hang out with my friends and I'm just like touching the hair like this, and they're like, dude, this is and people are watching and they're like, yeah, this is very normal Sourabh things that he does. I'm amazed by people's hair. So I was on a flight and just sitting there innocently with my bald head, and somebody starts rubbing my head like this, and I'm like, what?
Was it the elbow chart guy?
He's like, what is a head but a giant elbow?
Everything can be an elbow if you put your mind to it.
It's like a nose can be an elbow which got injured. Many other body parts. Maybe that was the code. Elbow was like, maybe it was. Everybody doesn't have same sizes. This guy has. So somebody's rubbing my head. I'm like, what? And it was the air hostess. And she's like, are you Saurabh Pant? I was like, yeah, dude.
That to you?
Yeah. She's like, I didn't realize. Then I'm like, but why?
She really had to touch to realize that it's
that's
you.
What I asked her, like, why are you rubbing my head? She's like, no, I wanted to make sure. Touching my head. Have we met before? I don't understand what this is.
Maybe just ask if I'm Saurabh Pant. That's how you make
and
sure.
Then you want to rub my head, fine. Like, I'm okay. I don't care. Like,
yeah. Feels like Saurabh Pant would feel like.
Oh, dude. And people, again, we are talking about weird kinks, okay? One of the weirdest things.
We're not talking about weird kinks, but now we are. Anyway, go on. We had to talk about personal care, but okay, we're talking about weird kinks.
I got done with the show, and people come up with like selfies and they say, funny face bana. I'm like, take le funny face. I got done with the show in Pune, and
what's your funny face?
I have infinite funny faces. That's 90% of my comedy. But this one group of girls comes and they're like, hey, can we kiss your head? I'm like, sure, live your life.
All the things you could kiss.
So there's a line of 5 girls kissing my head. I'm like, whatever. And then there was a guy with them and he's like, can I kiss your head? I'm like, go for it, man. Like, everybody joined the camp. And there were like 11 people who were kissing my head, as that's the running joke. The last guy licked my head. So literally coming back to there are
orgies happening on Saurabh Pant's bald head.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're talking about the struggles that bald men go through. Yeah. It's a lot, you know. I've faced a lot.
Should have thought this episode through, thoda.
Yeah, you should have thought your choice of guest of this episode, thoda. Yeah, you were talking about your hair. So, can I ask you a question about your hair? What is the worst haircut you've got?
The worst haircut that I've got was like, अजीब से बाल काटे थे यार उसने, मतलब they were different lengths from different places. It looked like a pigeon got its head stuck in like an exhaust fan.
Nice.
So it looked like that.
Very cool, yeah.
Yeah. I think every haircut that I've gotten has only disappointed me. There's just something about haircuts that you never like them. वहाँ बैठे बैठे इतने अच्छे लगते हैं, घर आके लगता है भाई क्या करवा के आए हो, कटवा के आए हो, सच में ऐसा लगता है. तो so you obviously don't have that, you know. But do you when you shave, do you shave yourself or do you go to like salons to?
No, I shave myself. Very self-sufficient.
So you don't have that stress कि यार मुझे salons बदलने पड़ेंगे बार-बार.
नहीं. और वो भी मतलब सब किसी को explain कर दो कि sir, it's actually very complicated. You have to go and say, sir, आपके इस salon में razor है, and they're like, हाँ है. Like,
oh, because head shaving. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's it.
So
anybody can do it. Like somebody who's never worked in a salon can do it. So yeah.
Cuts तो लग सकते हैं लेकिन
नहीं अभी तक नहीं हुआ. मैं 2 बार गया हूँ. They cut it too smooth, यार. They like वो जैसे वो Mogambo type. नहीं trimmers are good, but when you shave the full head, oh dude, it feels horrible, man. It's really like.
So do you trim?
Yeah, I trim. I don't like do the full shave. I feels very your skin feels weird.
So doesn't it look patchy when you just trim it using a trimmer?
Yeah, but nobody is again seeing the back of my head.
Ah.
Yeah.
Except your wife.
Yes. Many positions. Yes.
Okay. Q in the elbow chart guy. Was the elbow chart guy you?
Yeah, it was me.
Plot twist.
Yeah, plot twist is a dream that I had about myself. Out of body experience.
Let's talk about mental health, Saurav, because when we talk about personal care, हम लोगों ने fitness cover कर लिया, you know, appearance cover कर ली, grooming वगैरह, everything, me time. What about mental health? How do you deal with the fact that sometimes there will be highs, there will be lows? I'm sure COVID के time पे, did it affect your business?
Oh, crazy. Yeah. Mad.
How?
बहुत ज़्यादा. But there were no shows. There's nothing happening. I had to borrow money from my parents to pay income tax. This is an actual thing that happened. And my parents used to be part of the income tax. So the money came back to them only as pension.
Interesting.
Very
Interesting
interesting pyramid scheme this was. But yeah, I mean, it affected everybody's business, not just like you or me or whatever. I started respecting the audience a lot more. But about this, I've realized that I want to reach a state of being just calm and there.
But did it affect you, like, affect your mental health when that happened?
Oh yeah, I was going through like because also there was a lot of people. There was still abuse from people discovering old videos and saying that you are this and you are that and all that kind of shit. And then there was hordes and hordes of people coming after you. So that honestly gets exhausting, because I think the problem with the internet to an extent is that people forget. You see a handle, you don't see a human being, and that tends to be a lot. And I'm like, which is why like nowadays in shows I do a lot. I do a lot more content than I would earlier do on social media. Now my Twitter is just jokes about cricket, and
you know where to not go.
I've just stopped, because I'm like I've stopped being attacking people too much.
You used to?
Yeah, I think all of us have been part of the brigade, man. Everybody's a cloud chaser eventually. Everybody, I've decided I don't want to be relevant.
You don't want to be relevant?
I don't want to be relevant. I want to have my little clique of people who like what I do, and I try to be as balanced and try to be as sensible as I can about things, because I think there's a lack of that. Everybody's constantly just trying to find like, hey, this is our lane, and that's all the only lane that exists in the world. So I've been trying to and I think this is specifically during the pandemic this happened, is that the level of empathy has gone up in a lot of people, because one of the things I started doing during the pandemic was I started having YouTube members. And this is about 30 odd people who we used to talk to each other quite a lot, and they became like a lot of them became very close friends of mine. And everybody was telling me the shit that they were going through. Somebody's going through a restaurant business which is completely bajao. Somebody is a student, whatever, which is going through a lot. And then you're talking to other friends of yours who are comedians and creators and restaurateurs and travel people, and then just generally people who have jobs that involve them going somewhere. And so I think we've all just been through a ringer. And if the pandemic has not taught you how to sort of be kinder to people, then what are you doing with yourself?
Has it though? I feel that in the pandemic what also happened is that people were using internet a lot.
Right.
Which basically means there was more influx of people on the internet, and that also meant an influx of opinions.
Right.
So when you say that people started empathizing more, yes, like in certain, periods of time, yes. But then I also saw people being a lot more vicious.
Yes.
Because they were just spending more time on the internet. And sometimes what happens is when you're spending your time on the internet, you're having a bad day, it reflects in what you do on the internet. When you go and you shit on people's profiles and stuff, it shows that you're having a bad day and you want to take it out on people. So yeah, it's been a roller coaster, yaar, that way though.
Did you get a lot of online stuff, like online abuse and all, or no?
For I have a makeup page also. So उस पे मिलता है, comedy पे इतना नहीं मिलता. Comedy पे mostly यही होगा कि हाँ तू cringe है, तू funny नहीं है, which is okay. People are allowed to not find me funny. It's okay. Most of my friends don't find me funny. Yeah. So which is okay, but in general, why did we get to hate on the internet?
We are talking about mental health, but yeah, I'm saying that you said makeup वाले में ज़्यादा trolling होती है.
Not so. If you compare the love and the trolling, the love is always more. Because that's how you're growing on social media.
Right.
But hate उसी पे आती है जो आती है. Comedy में इतनी hate नहीं
मतलब ये shade गलत. What is that? I want to know makeup trolls.
यार वही कि लड़का होके makeup क्यों कर रहा है?
Oh अच्छा ऐसा है.
ऐसा वाला.
Okay, that's another thing only.
So the next segment is called कुछ करते हैं यार, where there's a fun activity that we're doing. You have to tell us ऐसे activity नहीं करनी, बैठे-बैठे बताना.
Thank God, yeah.
हाँ. तो आपको मैं बताने 3 secrets that no stand-up comic will ever tell you.
All of them alcoholics. All of them.
All.
Everybody.
There's no hashtag not all stand-up comics.
No, nobody's an alcoholic. 3 secrets no stand-up comedian will tell you is what is the secret? Yeah, there's no real secret.
Yeah, because they already used it in the set.
Yeah, and okay, I'll tell you a secret about stand-up comedy. A lot of shows, you're doing a lot of shows without getting paid.
Oh.
A lot of shows. All comedians, and I'm not saying like just me, everybody, because there's open mic nights, there's like nights where you're performing, you're not getting paid for it.
Right.
So there's a lot of, and especially if you're a young comedian coming up, etc., there's like years and years you're expending just not getting paid, and you're barely breaking even, etc., and sometimes you're losing money also because cab ka fare bhi nahi milta. So that's one secret, and the 3 secrets are that happens more than 3 times. I don't know any more secrets.
That was only one secret.
There's only one secret. I have no more secrets. Everything is out in the open. यार सबके सब vlog बना रहे हैं, पूरे टाइम podcast में आ रहे हैं, बकचोदी कर रहे हैं. मतलब कुछ बाकी है क्या बोलने के लिए? Like everything's out in the open.
Okay, so before we end this episode, tell me, how would you define the modern gentleman in one word? That's a good word.
Yeah.
No, I actually need a word. That sounds very similar to the first word.
Genderless.
Genderless.
Yeah.
You haven't thought this through, right?
No. They kept asking me, hey, think of one word. I'm like, I will think about it. It worked very nicely.
The word is the.
The word, yeah. Oh, the is a great word, dude. Calm, be calm. I don't know. But modern man, I mean, there's no one word to describe all men, right?
You have to do it.
Hashtag not all men. Is that a hashtag? Was that something?
Yeah, it is a hashtag.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Dude, so, one word to describe the modern
Just give
man.
me one word and leave, Sourabh.
Shaved. That's the word to
Now
describe.
just philosophize it somehow.
Zen, calm, cool, collected. Okay, I'll give you 16 takes, okay? You take
Collected.
whichever.
We've chosen collected.
Collected.
Now
done,
explain it.
Okay, so just, I don't have to explain. You ask for one word, it's over. So
Okay, fine. Then it's. I mean, he said
okay,
it.
you ask me the word again, and you ask me the question again. I'll give this. Will be a good take. Yeah.
Okay. Define the modern gentleman in one word.
Sphinx. That's it. That's the end of the word. Now you can't ask me to describe it.
I was not. I can't possibly.
Anyway, subscribe to this channel. The channel that you're watching, of course, is youtube.com/pantonfire. It's a great channel by me, and yeah, head there.
You know that we'll edit this out, right?
Don't edit it, man. Just give me some.
After all that you've done today. Anyway, thank you so much, Saurabh, for being here. It was great.
It was a pleasure talking to you as a human being, a friend, family member, and one of my closest relatives.
We're good.
And also just want to tell people that come see my live shows. I'm on tour. I don't know what time we're releasing this, but saurabh.com for tickets. Subscribe to me on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Instagram.
हम तो यहाँ बुट्टे सेकने के लिए बैठे हैं.
तेरे तो है followers यार, तुझे और क्या चाहिए? हट रहे हैं ना, कितना YouTube पे कितना काउंट है?
YouTube पे यार मेरे 2 लाख होने वाले हैं.
हाँ तो आराम से, क्या टेंशन, और यहाँ पर 9 लाख है. क्या चाहिए तुझे लाइफ में? सब तो मिल रहा है, सब दिया तुझे. अभी हम लोग को दो. Yes, yeah.
You want to take over this podcast?
Yeah. And it's me, Ankush, and thanks a lot for listening. One of my greatest guests today was Saurav. I consider him an inspiration to all, and just a great guy. Subscribe to him everywhere.
Mic बंद कर दो आप.
And buy his new
बंद
book.
कर दो बस mic.
Buy his new book called Vote for Panth. It's available for retail. Maybe somebody will read it.
Lights off कर दो.
Oh, dude, that'll be such a great ending.
You will have to cut the camera. Please give us your feedback on social media @the Man Company,
please don't give
Ankush Bahuguna.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry, say that again.
I'm done for the day, guys.